Recording. Ellie, I'm going to pin your video, and I just want you to start by sharing your story, telling us all about you, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Hello, you guys, my bestie friends. So obviously my name's Ellie Waller. You know who I am. If you maybe don't, I think you do. But anyways, if you don't, I'm a diamond. I've been with the business almost 2 years now. And this business has absolutely changed my life. So yeah. What was I supposed to say?
Sorry, talk about your story. Literally start from before you joined, just because I know you, so I know there's stuff prior to you joining. So before you joined, during the middle, and just literally go into everything, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. All right, you guys, this is a bit of a story here, so go ahead and find a comfortable seat if you haven't yet.
You were born in 19? No.
Oh my gosh. So my mom is with me, so if you hear her talk, she's a DT under me now. We'll get into that part of the story. But basically, Cheyenne, so I was a senior in high school. I was 18, senior in high school. Before I turned 18, lovely Cheyenne, joined this business, and she texted me harassing me about ordering products. Little back behind that, so you guys can kind of understand why she would randomly text me or have my number. I'm dating her. Oh, it's you. I'm dating her younger brother, and so I knew Cheyenne before this business. So she texted me when she joined, asking me to order products. I was a very thick chicken nugget in high school, so I was very skeptical about the products, but I thought, you know what do I have to lose? So I went ahead and ordered it, more than anything to help her out, hoping, maybe I would shed a couple pounds. But the products worked, blew my mind, but I still continued to just, forget, oh no, the business side of things I'm sure is a scam. You're not going to make any money. And she told me when I ordered, you have to join to sell when you turn 18. And I just kind of laughed it off. I was like, all right, yeah, okay. Unicorns fly, or pigs fly. So then later, she's dying. Then later, my birthday came around and I was going to join, but I chickened out and I spent my money elsewhere when I should have joined the business. And then a couple months later, after watching, I basically decided to stop watching and kind of had the attitude about it of what the hell do I have to lose? And I went ahead and joined on April 9th of 2018, a month before graduating high school. That was kind of a really rough time. Because as a senior in high school, my mom was just diagnosed with breast cancer. And so there was just a lot. Yeah, you're going through chemo. So it was just a really hard time on our family and on our household financially. And I didn't want to have to ask them financially for help, especially because at the point I'm 18 and I felt like I needed to step up and kind of pay my way. So I immediately, within, I can't remember what it was. I mean, my first day I signed a distributor 20 minutes after joining. But I think within 2 weeks I was executive. A month and a half, I went Ruby. And then 4 months in, we went Emerald. And Emerald to me, just obviously it wasn't a rank that I thought I would ever reach. When people join this business and they see that you can make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month with this, of course they're going to say, oh my God, that would be my dream rank. For me, I joined and I thought, wow, a 4-figure paycheck, $5,000 bonus at the time, that would be dope. That would be so cool. But I just didn't think that would happen for me. And so that was kind of my it promo. I'm you know what, when I make Emerald, I have arrived. Okay, I have made it when I go Emerald. But we did the thing, we promoted, and it was really, really tough pushing for Emerald. I was working full-time at the job I'm working at now. So I did work over 40 hours a week. I was working overtime. I was staying up late, pushing for our promotion. And I didn't really sleep much. I didn't go out a lot. My boyfriend, if he wanted to see my house, I just kind of, it was in such a, oh my God, let's go mode that I didn't have to think about like the things I was missing out on, if that makes sense. Shortly after we went Emerald, I'm trying to remember the month, or what month that was, Cheyenne, because you went double. Is it August?
September.
It was September? Okay. September. So we promoted September, and then one of my good friends I was in high school with, I was placed right under her name. We don't really need to get into all of that. But basically, we were good friends. We decided to leave the company. So I quit It Works. What? Oh my God, shocker. I quit Works, and I stayed out. That was a couple months. It was December. In November, but I didn't fully like quit until December. I was out for about 2 months, and I even went as far as like signing up with another company. I didn't ever do anything with it. I didn't really post about it. I didn't sell anything. But I thought, let's try something else out, like we got to Emerald, maybe we can do something. No, absolutely not. It was the most psychotic idea that I've ever had, honestly, leaving the company, but I'm so glad that I did, and I'll get to that. But basically, I left the company, conference happened, and last conference, they completely changed the comp plan, and they changed how we promote, what we need to promote, all of that fun jazz. We brought bonuses in, and I just had this feeling like something was missing. I had this feeling like It Works was home, and I was supposed to come back. I hadn't talked to Cheyenne, even though like I knew her before this business, even though I was dating her younger brother. I hadn't talked to her. But tax season came, and I had to get my 1099. So I had to get into my website to get that, because they don't send it to you. Those of you that don't know, they don't send it to you. So Cheyenne happened to see that. She texted me. We started talking, and I was like, you know what? Like, let's do this. So I came back on Valentine's Day of last year. And at the time, I was being paid as, I'm pretty sure, a distributor. Got Ruby back that month. And then next month, I had, a week left. Then the next month, March, we went. I think, tripled the volume from the month before. And for everybody that says that they don't have time for this business, I'm going to tell you to suck it up. For those of you that say that, I got to read this. This is going to be funny. The rest was history. Literally, Danny, literally. So for those of you that say you don't have time, I call BS. For those of you that say you don't have the energy to do it, BS. Because the truth of the matter is, the month that I went diamond, you guys, I was moving houses. Literally, I was moving houses at the time. We moved here. My dogs got ran over by a car, y'all, literally 5 feet from me. My best friend of 6 years told me she didn't want to be friends with me anymore. She was literally my sister, y'all. Like, we were that close, of 6 years. Told me she didn't want to be my friend anymore. We moved into this house. They didn't tell us we had bed bugs. So I had to throw my bed out. I was sleeping in my car. We were pushing for this promotion. My dog, my friend, I don't even remember all that happened. It was a very, very stressful month. And we still made it happen. It was literally hell. And I remember so strongly, I remember sitting literally at this desk. Let me just show you. Sitting at this desk on FaceTime with Cheyenne and telling her again, oh, by the way, so this happened next. Oh, and by the way, 2 days later, oh, this happened again. And she would just look at me with her jaw open and be like, bro, are you okay? And I would just kind of look at her like she was crazy, like she was on crack. Like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, everything's fine. Because I realized the pain and the suffering that I was currently going through was literally the devil telling me that I wasn't going to make it. He was throwing, excuse my language, but bullshit after bullshit at me so that we wouldn't make those promotions happen. So I just know that that's kind of like I took off subject of my story, but I just wanted to point that out there because this is about promoting. And literally, you guys, it's a huge point that we always want to tell you is that if bad things are happening, it's because the enemy is trying to stop you from the good things the Lord's trying to bless you with, basically. But anyways, we went diamond. We earned a $10,000 bonus. It was amazing. And I quit my job and I started doing this full time. And I did it for 2 months. I got 2 diamond paychecks and I stopped maintaining because I stopped working because I got entitled. And that is some tea that people don't want to tell you. When you get a big paycheck like that and you see that, it's like, oh my God, I never have to work another day of my life. I am rich. Literally is what I thought. I saw this over $2,000 paycheck and I thought, I'm rich. That's it. End of story. So I was working from home. I quit my job. I stopped working and I stopped maintaining. And life got really hard really fast. And it kind of slapped me in the face because you can't stop working your business, because if you stop working your business, you stop going up, you start declining, you start going down, hence, falling down, domino effect. So
Yeah, but to be fair, there was some changes in the market too.
Yeah, that is true. But basically, after that, I resented my business and I kind of hit this plateau where I didn't want to work my business. I didn't want to be in the business because I felt like it had failed me, but in reality, I had failed myself and had failed my business, which is something I'm so, so grateful that I went through because it has absolutely taught me so many things now. But it was a little rocky for a while. It was like I couldn't get my bearings back. It's like I couldn't learn how to relearn, I guess, how to ride a bicycle. I couldn't get back into the momentum and the rhythm of working my business after that happened for so long. And it was until a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that. And I'm telling you that, and I'm telling you the truth, and I'm telling you this because this isn't a highlight reel. This isn't us putting everything is perfect, our life is perfect, we don't have any struggles. The truth of the matter is I am a mess, and I mess up just like everybody else does. And you can act perfect, you can act like nothing bad happens in your life, but that is just not the truth. And so I feel like if I'm honest and open and raw with y'all, then it's going to help. We just love you. It's going to help you guys, obviously learn from my mistakes and not make the same ones. But basically, the day that I essentially came back a couple months ago, I was ready to quit the business, you guys. I couldn't get my bearings. I couldn't find my rhythm still. And I didn't understand if it was just that I wasn't supposed to be in the business anymore. I didn't understand if it was just I was not doing something correctly, if I just didn't have that spark, or maybe I was missing out on the secret sauce to enrolling, or whatever it was, I was missing something. And the day that I was literally going to shut off my eSuite, a dear friend FaceTimed me, and the rest is history. And now, you guys, I don't know how to explain other than you guys have to understand, you got to work your business. You got to show up even when you don't want to show up. You have to remember that there's people counting on you and watching you, and nobody's going to make this happen for you and make your dreams happen for you except for yourself. So I guess that's kind of what happened to me, and I realized that, and so now we're going double. But I'm so sorry that took a really long time, and continue take the reins.
No, that was exactly what I wanted. I don't want you to apologize for that at all, because I know there's so much to go into your story that has led you to where you are now, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the I don't know what's the word, the ugly, I guess, because
the nitty gritty.
yeah, like the nitty gritty, because like you guys, like promotion months are hard. Like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that like they're easy, because they're not. But I also want to talk to you guys about things that I've learned promoting, because I mean, I hope you guys know that I'm triple diamond. If not, I've done something wrong. But so I think that's promoting. So like executive, so like 7 times, right? Yeah, so it's promoting like 5 to 6 times. I can't really do numbers, but it's fine. But still, y'all understand what I'm saying. And like there's things that I've learned over the course of 2 years, or being over 2 years, that I just kind of want to talk to you guys about. But all of it in a nutshell, if I can speak, is getting your mind right for promoting. And like that's like one of the biggest things. So like some notes that I took down from like what you were talking about, Ellie, was like bad things. Like I don't want to say this because that sounds terrible, but like on promotion months, like Ellie said, life is going to hit you, and it's because you're promoting that it feels like life is just hitting you so much harder. And like that's like, I hate like I don't know why or what, but I hate that, because it's so true. I remember like whenever we were promoting to triple last year, I don't know if y'all remember that, but I don't know if I keep repeating myself. It's fine. We were literally like on Zoom, and like my water broke in my kitchen and like shot up through the roof in my old apartment. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but like my apartment like was like it was like what? And I was just like sitting here at my computer, which was like in my dining room, and I was like watching my kitchen like flood, and I was like, okay. Awesome. But it just like feels like literally everything is just like falling, crumbling, whatever, just because it's just what it feels like, honestly. But yeah, and so like one of the things, like I don't want to say expect bad to happen, because that sounds so bad, but I just want you guys to understand that like when you are fighting for something, and like you are like pushing for something so hard, and like literally God is going to be on y'all's side for this promotion, the devil is going to come in and swoop down and try and like whoop, just do anything he can. Yeah, exactly. But it's just like I feel like it's like everything, like every time something good happens, like the devil's going to try and come in and just break it down. And that's like one of the biggest things that I want you guys to just be aware of, because that's like just basically what happens. I mean, like it happens every single month, and like I wish it didn't. I don't wish that on anyone, but I also feel like it's just that stress of like, okay, when you're just like, okay, you're just like, I gotta keep going. And like that's like the biggest thing. And then going off of that, one of the next things I want to talk about is like kind of Ellie like touched on it a little bit, but just getting like complacent with your business. And I feel like there are things throughout this business that you are going to have to do, like you're going to have to go through to learn. And I'm going to talk about like my journeys of that, like anything that I can think of that I think will help you guys. But like I know whenever I went diamond, you guys, I literally like I don't know, I went emerald, and I was seeing almost $2,000 paychecks as an emerald. And I was like, ooh, we have arrived. And like I was literally on such this like pedestal that I put myself on this pedestal for no reason, but that's a different story. And then like I went diamond right after that, and then it was like, oh my gosh, $3,000 diamond paychecks, I'm basically double diamond. And then we went double diamond, and it was like, oh my gosh, we're making like low triple diamond paychecks, like holla, and it was just like I feel like it was just like mentally I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm a baddie, hello. That like once like I got to this point of I was like, I have a double diamond team, like I don't have to work. And so I did it, and it just like you cannot do that. And like being complacent, you guys, like I feel like you all have to go through that, which I hate to say, but if you don't, like if you can catch it and like pull yourself out of it, please do. But I know for myself, like I had to catch myself, or I was being complacent, and Shay had to come in and like pull me out of it. And she was just like, no ma'am, she's like, you cannot do that. And I was just like, but why? Like, oh my God, I'm a double diamond. And she was just like, sis, like, no. And that's a whole different story, like I said. But like, you guys can just not get complacent. And I know that's like, I'm going to repeat myself like 5 or 6 times probably throughout this entire thing. But like, that's just like the biggest thing I can say is when you have to have that next goal out. You have to see like, okay, like this is my presidential diamond chart. My ambassador one's sitting in my closet. You best believe that thing's printed out. I ain't got no room on my wall because my wall's a little full with all these things, but like my ambassador chart's here because like that's the next goal. And then like once we go presidential, I'll probably pull out like a double chart for a double diamond 2.0. And it's just like you have to keep pushing that next goal in front of you, because that was something I never did. Like I did not join this business for the income. Yes, I'm a money motivated person. I did not join this for money. So being able to receive like income from this, I was just like, cool, put it in my savings, you know, because like that's all I joined this for. I didn't join this to like, I didn't need the extra income. I joined this to just like have like freedom and just like to make friends, which is so weird because I'm not even like a blue person, but I just wanted like the community, I guess, and just like having the people, and like that was like something, and like just like the freedom. I gotta turn my phone off. Oh my gosh, someone texted me, I'm getting distracted. So but going off of that, like you just have to continuously have that next goal out in front of you. If you're pushing for Ruby right now and you hit Ruby, or you're going to hit Ruby by the end of this month, pull out your diamond chart. If you're pushing for double diamond right now, have your triple chart out. Like, you know what I mean? Like always have that next goal out, because there is always something else to work towards. If you're pushing for presidential, adding at myself, get your ambassador chart out, get your girls triple charts out, like try to help your team chart for their promotions too, you know. And like I feel like that's like one of the biggest things is just like always having that next goal, because I didn't do that until like recently, honestly, because I went diamond and I was like, awesome, we have arrived. And then Shay was like, well, how close are you to double? And I was like, I don't know, I'm diamond, you know. And it was just like, I don't know. And then she was like, well, let's get your double chart out. And I was like, okay. And then I got it out and she was like, you're so close. And I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know. And then like just like obviously like pushing with the team, like we made it happen. But and like after that, Shay was like, how close are you to triple? I don't know. I was just kind of like running with nothing basically. But as soon as I got that triple chart out, having like a red personality, that was my goal. And I was not going to stop until I got it done, you know? And like, that's just like the kind of like mentality I have. And then also going off of that one, Ellie, I'm not going to take all of your time, I promise. We're just going to go back and forth, but I have things I want to talk about too. So going off of that, one of the next things that I kind of went through, I guess, and if you were here in the business January of 2018 through about March 2018, y'all know that I did not leave this chair. I did not eat. I did not shower. I did not sleep. And I literally say that. I just dropped my pen. I say that with the utmost seriousness because I'm not joking. I literally went weeks without eating. It was terrible. I was like, oh my gosh, hashtag weight loss results. No, that was not eating for 3 weeks and only consuming pizza rolls and Dr. Pepper. And it was not good. So that's like the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is just like burnout. And it's something, I mean, like it happens, you guys. And like when you're pushing hard for a promotion, like there is a way to do it without getting burnt out. Because I kid you not, as soon as my E-Suite hit triple, I was like, I'm done. And I was just like, peace out. I'm rich. I'm VIP. Goodbye. And I literally stopped. It wasn't even just like I'm just like not going to message 100 people. We're just going to do like 50. No, I literally did not work my business March 31st until April 25th when Danny was pushing diamond and she was promoting to diamond. And I was like, holy crap. And then I was like, I should probably work now. Because, you know, I have a girl like promoting to diamond. Like that's obviously a big deal. And that is literally what happened. And it was not good. Like it was so bad. And I just tell you guys this again because like I feel like as like your leaders, like I want to be transparent with you guys, but like we all make mistakes. But if I can share my mistakes with you guys, I can hope that y'all aren't going to make them because y'all can learn through my mistakes. You know what I mean? I think there's like a saying for that, but I can't think about it. But excuse me, I feel like you are going to go through things that you are going to have to go through, because the lessons you're going to learn are things you're going to learn. I know that was like so repetitive, but like I know through the rest of 2019 was a hard year, you guys, and I'm not really going to go into that because I know we've had Zooms, we've talked about this, blah, blah, blah. It was a hard freaking year. But the lessons I learned through the January to December, I would not take that year back for anything. I was doing like journaling on New Year's Eve, and like it was from Manifestation Babe, and one of the questions was like, what's one thing you could change about this year? I'd be ambassador, making $40,000 paychecks, you know, but like I wouldn't want that, because I had to go through the things I had to go through so I can go presidential, so this team can go ambassador, so this team can start popping our own ambassadors, you know what I mean? And like that's what I had to learn through 2019, and that's why I don't take anything, or I don't take back anything that happened, even though it was a super hard year, just because we all had to go through those mistakes, or I had to learn those lessons, and like making those mistakes to then learn those lessons. But going off of like the actual burnout thing, I feel like this happens for Reds because this is our personalities, but this is for anyone. But if any of you guys feel like you are literally working your life away, if you feel like you have no work-home balance, you feel like you're like, I'm not a mom, but like mom guilt for any of our moms on here, cat moms, dog moms, fur moms, like because I feel guilty towards my cats sometimes. It's fine. But like if you have any of that guilt, like I'm just not paying enough attention to myself or to my boyfriend, to my family, like whatever, I want you guys to read this freaking book. I've talked about it 1,000 times. I'm going to continue talking about it. It's a thick book. I'm telling you guys, it is filled with so much stuff. Like y'all see my little tabs. I'm almost done. I'm excited to get to the bottom of it. That's what I have left. I've already read all that part. But this book literally just has like so much knowledge in it. And like one of the things like it talks about, because like my biggest thing is like I was the type of person, I would work my ass off for 90 days, and then quit for 30. Work my ass off for 90 days and quit for 30. And that's literally why in between going Emerald all the way to double, it took me 120 days in between each promotion to make it happen, because I worked my ass off for 90 days to make the promotion happen and then took a month off. And that is not what I want for you guys. I want like diamond, double, 2 months, triple, boom. Just like make it happen, you know? Alexa's over here like shaking her head. She's like, yeah, me too. But it's just like, that's like one of the biggest things. But I don't want you guys to think you have to kill yourself to make that happen. Because that was what I associated promoting with. I had to work my ass off to go presidential, or I wasn't ever going to go presidential. And I didn't want to kill myself. So I was like, I guess I'm never going to go pres. And that was like where I was like mindset wise. That's not true. Like I do not have to do that. Like the enrollments that I'm having right now, literally working this business part-time, are more than when I was like working literally 24/7. And I'm like taking care of myself. I'm taking care of my family. I'm being able to spend time with my boyfriend. I'm being able to travel. Like I'm being able to do the things that why we joined this business, you know? And like that was one of the things, like I was working so hard, quote unquote, that I was like, I can't go anywhere. I can't travel. I can't like go out to dinner or like go out with my friends because I have to work. That's not true, you guys. And like that was one of the things that, like as soon as I went triple, I was so burnt out and I was like, I don't want to look at my phone. I bought blue light glasses because my head hurt from staring at my phone for so long. All I was eating was freaking keto coffee and pizza rolls. Like it was just not good. I was like neglecting myself. And exactly, like you join this business to have freedom, and like that is the biggest thing, because like I feel like mentally I was taking away that freedom to like work, even though the work I was doing like wasn't working. Because like I said, like I'm enrolling more right now, working about 4 to 5 hours a day, than when I was literally sleeping for 2 hours a night, sitting at my desk and not moving. And like, I literally mean that. Like, I know there's a couple of you guys that were here through that, and like, y'all know, like, I am not joking. And like, that was the biggest thing. It was like, it sucked because I like didn't want to go out with friends. Like, I remember one time Ellie came over, I think it was after we promoted, and she came over and like, we just like worked the whole day, and it was so boring. And it was like, we like went to go take pictures, but it was just like, we literally sat in my apartment and like worked, which like, yeah, obviously that's what you want to do, but like, we took like a power hour and had like an unintentional power day, and it was not good. Like, it was just like I said, it's these mistakes that we make as humans, but we are sharing them with you to not make them, and I'm still holding on to this book. It's fine. But I feel like that was like more or less that we both just went on a really good tangent there, Elle. It's fine. But Elle, I want you to go into name of book. Did I not say it? It's called High Performance Habits. I am so sorry, guys. This is the book. It's awesome. It's by that's upside down. Brendan Bouchard? Butchered? Butchered? I don't know. I want to say it's called Bouchard because that sounds like super fancy, but Brendan Butchered. I'm gonna type it real quick. Spelled Brendan wrong, but y'all know what it means. But yeah, that's the name of the book, or that's the book. It's super awesome. Like I said, it's really just like, if you feel like you are having like that burnout feeling, it's just gonna kind of teach you. It's called High Performance Habits because it literally talks about like performing highly at all times so that you can like create that success like long term, instead of like work and then like chunks. It's just like constant hard work all the time. But like I said, like the feelings that I have right now are like, in like the work that I'm putting in, I guess, is the same as if I was working 12 hours a day, with only working for like 4 to 5 hours, because I'm working so much more intentionally and I'm like taking care of myself at the same time. So super good book. But Elle, I kind of want you to go back and I guess just kind of talk about like, I don't know. I mean, like promotions, I guess, but just like talk about like your mindset when you're promoting. Because obviously I know you had like a lot go on for all of your promotions, and just kind of talk about that and just like how you prepare to promote. Because you do have like a super busy life and you can like add a bunch of value on that. So why don't you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, so all of my promotions with the business, I have been working full time. And for me, like, one of the reasons me staying home and doing this business, I got so complacent and burnt out for, was because I am the most social butterfly you'll ever meet.
Oh yeah.
My mom. Oh yeah. I have to have human interaction, because if I don't, I get super depressed and like bored, antsy. Like I can't sit at a desk 24 hours like Cheyenne did for 90 days. It was ridiculous. Like, she even got sick. We told her to go to the doctor. She said, no, I'll go after I promote. Like, literally, quote unquote,
Also,
what she
that's
said.
another thing. I gave myself the flu, you guys. I literally gave myself the flu promoting to Triple because I made myself sick. So that's another thing. We're not doing that no more, but that was another thing. Sorry.
Yeah, it was not a fun time. But basically, I very busy. Obviously, when I was in high school, very busy doing that, and I was working. When I first joined, I was waitressing as well. I didn't do that for very long because, of course, I had to be able to help take my mom where she needed to go, or pick up things, or really finals. I mean, I was a senior, but kind of like my process, I guess, of preparing myself for promoting. How to word it? I get super excited and I get super like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So excited to the point where I become so scatterbrained and I can't do one thing at a time. Like I'll start messaging and I'll go through and I'll start messaging people, and then I get so sidetracked because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna run out of people to message because I'm messaging these people. And so I'm running out of people, so now I need to go follow. So then I'll go follow in the middle of messaging. I didn't even finish my stupid task that I set out for myself to do. And then I'll be following, and then I'm like, oh shit, I haven't done anything on Facebook. So then I move to Facebook, and I get so overwhelmed because I am just such a hammy brain, and because I have so much passion and excitement, that I'm a freaking mess. Okay, so with that being, I'm so bad about that. Literally. So with that being said, one of the things that has saved my soul, for promoting is making reminders on your phone. I don't know if you guys have iPhones or not. iPhone is the only way to go if you don't, just so you know. But I do on the actual reminder app, or I just tell Siri, hey, remind me. Power hours, for some people they work, some people they don't work. For me, I really like power hours, because it goes by super fast for me. But if I can knock out a couple power hours a day, I know that like I've really worked, versus sitting in one spot and going through and telling myself, okay, you've done so much of this, now do this, because I get so sidetracked and lose track of what I'm actually doing. Another thing is I have to set time, 3 power hours per day. That's a really good goal. For me personally, it's hard for me to do 3 power hours a day because I do work full time, but it is possible. So I need to get better about that regardless. Another thing like about promoting, something that I have to do, is I have to give time for my boyfriend. And I say that because obviously he's my person and I love him very much, and I don't want him to feel neglected because he is very, very sensitive and needy. But I know personally that I am not going to be in the right state of mind and be able to really give my business all if I don't give so much time to him, because it's going to be in the back of my mind and it's going to be distracting me, if that makes sense. So that, and then also something really huge for me that I make sure that I do when promoting is I splurge a little bit. And what I mean by that is you have to find something that when you get super stressed out and overwhelmed and you just want to scream because you're just so over the top. I don't even know how to word it correctly, but you just know you get so overwhelmed and anxious that you're just about to freaking you have to make time and give yourself something that is going to help you like calm back down. And for me, it's a hot bath with like a bath bomb. I listen to music. I listen to music while I'm in the bath. I like to drink like a wine cooler or something. And I silence my phone, even for my boyfriend, loves him to death. And I just seriously have me time, because it is so important to remember to take care of yourself, because you don't want to get like Cheyenne did or lose 20 pounds, not the right way, or get super lightheaded or whatever. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you're taking care of yourself.
And you used to ask mommy to pray. You still do.
Oh, yes. And that's a big, big thing, is that when you're promoting, for those of you that like are religious, I don't know what your guys' religion views are or whatever, but for me, something that's always helped me is that I go to my parents and I have them pray with me. So when I'm feeling super stressed out or really scared,
or she gets on her phone and just says, pray.
Literally, I'll text her from the other room, pray for me, please. I'm really scared. I'm not going to hit this promotion. Oh my God. But I will text her. But anyways, pray and be grateful and thank God. Thank God for the promotion that you're about to hit, but thank him for building you. Thank him for providing for you. Thank him for giving you the opportunity to do this. And something that I always really like to do is to pray and thank God for the hardships and putting me in a pressure cooker, because you truly grow and learn so much from that. But yeah, so prayer is a big thing. Do something. If it's a drive, maybe drink like a wine cooler or a piece of chocolate cake or a bath. Make sure you take care of yourself, but also set reminders on your phone. Power hours are great. There's one other thing that I really wanted to say that was really good, and it's on the tip of my brain. Accountability partner. That's what it is. Accountability partner. Get you one of those because they're awesome. Because if you're like me and you forget to do something and then you see your accountability partner doing it, then you're like, oh crap, I need to do that too. So it's really good to have accountability partners to kind of like balance each other out and remind you like you are doing what you need to be doing, and kind of have a person to rant to, I guess, essentially, like voice, since you're pushing for the same thing. It's really good if you're pushing for the same promotion. Okay, I'm done.
No, I love that so much. And then I wanted to go off of things that you said just to kind of like add to it a little bit. But like I can say for myself, and like I know Danny can like attest to me saying this, because I would always tell her like I just can't use checklists. Like checklists just don't work for me. Checklists work for me. So checklists and power hours, those are my jams. So like you have to figure out your system, you guys, because like I did not start doing power hours until I went triple, and like now, honestly. So I have like my power hour schedule. It's on my computer because it's also like when I lead the power hours, this is the schedule I follow. If y'all want to take a picture of that, you can. You can't see that, or someone can remind me later and I'll take a picture of it and put it in the push to VIP chat. But I try to do 2 of those power hours a day, and then I will spend like another time. So like for me personally, like I'm gonna like do 2 things at once. I like to do the hard stuff first. So for me, the hard stuff is messaging people and following up. That is so just like mentally like energy draining for me. So that is the first thing I do. Like I'm going to sit down and like literally right here, I have like another sticky note, because sticky notes are my jam. And it says text new DTs, message new people, and follow up, because like those are the things I forget to do. I forget to text my new distributors, I forget to message people, and I forget to follow up. So I have that sticky note there just so to remind myself. But do the hard things first. If the hard thing for you is like friending people or like growing your market, like interacting, do that first. Like do whatever you have to do first to make sure that you get it done, because I feel like if you can like get the hard thing out of the way, everything else is super, super easy. So for me, friending people, following people, and like interacting is super easy. So I know that on days that like my boyfriend's here, I can do that when we're like watching TV. Like that's not hard. So my third power hour is spending time with him, but like we're just like watching TV, hanging out, going on my phone, like following people, like friending and like interacting, because that's not hard. So that's not as a traditional power hour, but like that's technically my third one a day. If he's not here and I'm just like working all day, then I'll actually do like 3 or 4 traditional power hours. And that's like another thing I guess I meant to talk to you guys about that earlier. Whatever type of schedule you have, give yourself grace on the days that you are busy. Like you are going to have busy days. Ellie's over here clapping because like that is so, it's so true. Give yourself grace, you guys. Like on days like I keep stuttering. Basically, I hang out with Sean Monday through Thursday, basically. So on those days, I am taking as much time as I can to work my business. But when he's here, and besides the hour that I have to do like the team Zoom, I'm spending time with him because he's my freaking boyfriend. I kind of like him. I want to spend time with him. So, but like, you know what I mean? But on the days when he's not here, I'm literally on my computer all day long working, because when he is here, I'm like making up for that time elsewhere. So I'm giving myself grace and allowing myself to go have fun and like do things, because that's what this business allows us to do, that it just like kind of like counteracts it. And yeah, like if you're like what Alexa said, like when I'm busy, I wake up an hour early and later in the night to work. So like if that's what you have to do, it's what you have to do. But it's making those small sacrifices now, because Alexa's waking up an hour earlier, but she's going to be very thankful when she sees that $2,000 diamond paycheck that she woke up an hour earlier a couple days a week. You know what I mean? It's like kind of taking that time where it's just like, it's okay. Like you're going to have harder days. Like I know I post about this a lot, but like you're going to have harder days. Some days are going to be easier than others, but just like give yourself grace on the hard days. If you didn't get everything done, make it up the next day. Like, don't make that a habit. Don't just like continuously like, I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. Like, I know, like, when people say, like, they're gonna, like, work out, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start the diet tomorrow. Like, don't make it a habit. But also, and, like, going off of what she said, making a checklist. This is mine for today. This is my checklist. Everything that I can control, as in sending out messages, following, and I'm blocked from friending, all of that's done. These are potentials. I just haven't wrote them down. Those are how many host posts I got up. But like, other than that, like, this is my checklist every single day, and I just smacked myself in the face with that. It lays on my computer, it's on my desk, so I constantly see it. So if it's right here and it's in front of me, then like I see that there's nothing crossed off, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get working on that, you know. And then also, like, kind of going along with the power hours, do the power hour how you need to do the power hour. If you want to spend a power hour in the morning messaging people, do that. You know, like, do a power hour for messaging, do a power hour for growing your market. Like, you don't have to do the quote unquote traditional power hour. Just do anything that you can to get your work done, essentially. And that's like the moral, like, what I'm trying to say. And then also, you guys, reward yourself. Go take that hot bubble bath. Oh my gosh. Like, I got a new tub at my new apartment. Well, it's a different tub than my old apartment, because my old one I couldn't take baths. I can take baths, you guys. I got a little pillow. I like lay down and I just like sit there, and it's just so relaxing. But that's a whole different thing. Okay, Ellie, so now just to kind of end this real quick, I want you to give your biggest enrolling tips so we can end this last half of the month strong.
Okay, so personally, what I have come to find is, so really quick, you know how we have scripts from all of our products, and we have triple threat scripts or whatever that Shay will send out and be like, oh my God, this really worked for me. This is awesome. Here you go. All these leaders sign all these customers and give us all these scripts, and that's great. I'm not dogging on those scripts. They're awesome. However, I have seen my most enrollments when I get super personal with my customer or my distributor. And the reason is because when you're copying and pasting, oh my God, so our greens are super awesome and you're going to love them because they're 8+ serving. You know what I mean? They know that's not you. So don't act like that's you. Don't copy and paste because they know you're copying and pasting. Customize it. Talk into your phone. Send voice memos, because the proof is in the pudding, in your enrollments. I promise you guys, if you take the extra time to be personable and talk to somebody, like, for instance, I had this girl that I enrolled the last week of the month last month, a customer that, you know, I took the extra time to truly ask her, what are your fears? I know, you know, you said you want to lose this weight, like, show me more what that looks like. Truly creating a personal relationship with them and not just seeing them as a sale is so important, because one, you joined this business, you are to help them. It is not to just make money. It's to help them better their lifestyle and hit their goals. So remember that when signing things. Same thing with people joining your business. So my biggest tip, I guess, would just be as most personal as possible and go the extra mile for them. Take the extra time to truly talk to them and hear them out about their goals, hear them out about how they feel, instead of just copying and pasting based off of what their responses are. Of course, you know, if you're new and you don't know what the products do, that's fine. Copy and paste it, but go in and change it to where it sounds like you. Use it as a basis or like a format, I guess, and go and change it up so it sounds like you. I guess that's my biggest thing, because once I really thought about changing that, I've noticed I sign a lot more, or more than anything, I upsell a lot more than just 30 BV orders if I were to copy and paste. So that's my biggest tip that I've noticed the biggest results from.
No, I love that. And I love that you said that, because that is something you're so good at. Like, you're so good at just like being you and like being so authentic when you're talking to people. And I can only see, like, I can see that obviously, one, because I know you, but like even like just you on like your stories, like, because you talk on your stories all the time, which is super, super awesome. And I feel like that also helps as well. But like just the way that you talk about it, like you talk about the products, people can feel that, you guys. Like, people can see and hear that excitement. Ellie gets on her story and like she's on her own weight loss journey right now, and like she talks about that thing every single day. And you know what? Like, she signs customers because of that. Like, because she's talking about it and she's being vulnerable and she's like going through that process. And like whenever she's on her stories, like, how could you not want to try it? She's so excited, like she just has so much passion behind it. And that's like one of the biggest things. And I know like if videos are like a hard thing for you right now, like trust me, I feel you, I understand. I used to take like 100 of them before I actually ever posted one. But if you can talk on your story, it's going to be so much more beneficial for you in the long run, just because people can feel that. Like, people can like hear that. And exactly, it's okay to be vulnerable. Like, there are things we understand that you physically cannot share. That's okay. Like, we're not asking you to share that stuff, but like if you like share as much as you can, like especially like about your story. And like I feel like also my biggest enroll or like promotion tips at the same time for like enrolling things, you guys do host to post. Like, you'll have heard me say it before that host to post did not work for me. I did 162 host to posts last month. I signed 5 customers off of them. Obviously, yeah, that's still good, but I wish I signed more. This month, I've only done, let's see, it's right here. Oops. I've done 50 host to post this month, and I have signed 9 customers, and 8 of them were from host to post. Okay, so do the host to post. Like, just continuously do them, because you are going to find that one that is seriously going to get 100 comments on it, and you're going to sign all the freaking customers from it. And just like be excited, you guys. Like, that's just like the biggest thing. Like, if you guys want to see like how to be excited, go to Ellie's Instagram and go to Jennifer's Instagram. Those 2 girls are seriously always talking about the products, seriously so excited about them that they are just like sharing everything they can about them. And that's just like one of the biggest things I can tell you guys, is just to simply be excited. That's definitely going to help in the long run. And I feel like at the same time, you just have to just be positive. Like, you just have to be excited. And like, if right now you're not at your volume goal for the day, don't freak out about it. Like, I know for myself, I'm the type of person, like, I stress myself out in like a good way, to where I get it done. It doesn't like take over me. But like, if you start to feel that like your promotion is like taking over you, like, no, please do not. And like, because it's not supposed to be like that. Like, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be exciting and just like a good time, honestly. And I feel like one of the biggest things that I've learned like over like going through 2019 is like, your promotion's going to happen. It is meant to happen. And like, you just have to trust that like you're working the hardest that you can every single day, and like just kind of trust that it's already done. And like, that's what I know about this. I don't know if y'all can see that number right there. That says 79,000. 79,000 away from Presidential Diamond. I cannot do that number myself, but I know that with the team that I have, that number is going to go down. It's not updated. That was at the beginning of this month. We're a lot closer, but you know what I'm saying. But it's just like, I have so much faith that promotion's already done, that looking at this used to scare the death out of me. And I literally used to not have it hanging up in my old apartment because I could not look at it. Because I could not look at, like, that is a lot of boxes, that's a lot of volume, that's a lot of work that I really don't want to do. But no, that's not here. It's not how you have to look at it. And I just started believing that like, I'm going to promote to presidential when I am supposed to promote. And I know that it is going to be soon, because I'm working my ass off every single day. My team is working their butts off every single day. And like, we're all just working, and like, it's going to come together. And that's probably like one of the biggest things I can say, is just like having faith that it's done. And like, that's one thing that I have like written down. I can't, you'll see it. Oh, right there. That's my dream board, but right there it just says have faith, because like you just have to have faith it is done. And like your promotion's here as long as you're working every single day. I don't want you to just like stop working and say like my promotion's done. No, you gotta work. But that's my biggest thing. Elle, if you have anything else you want to share, please do. If not, we can go ahead and stop the recording. If anyone has questions, we can go from there. But that was all I had to say.
I do have one thing. I wanted to add about the whole stories thing is I put in the message here, but it kind of goes into getting your own results because it's absolutely huge. It's going to absolutely transform your business when you get your own results. But all of my volume that I personally enrolled last month and this month, I don't remember how many customers I've signed this month, but regardless, everything that I've enrolled last month and this month is because of my own personal before and afters. You guys have to find, if it's just one product, find one product that you really like, stick with it and get your own results from, and be excited about it. Because like I said in the chat, like, do I want to share that I got over 200 pounds? No, I don't, because I don't want to share that. I'm insecure. I'm terrified for anybody to know that. But I'm going to share that, and I'm going to share my progress, because something that is really quick, something that somebody said in a training the other night was that nobody cares about the you weighed 205 pounds here and now you weigh 140. Nobody gives a crap about that. They want to see the progress. They want to see that you're losing a pound a day. They want to see, you know what? I wasn't good today. I had 6 donuts instead of staying on my keto diet. Okay. Like, people want to see the rawness and the real. Don't laugh at me because I haven't done that in a long time, but I'm not the best. We're working on it. But people want to see your authentic and real and raw. So whether it's weight loss, whether it's your hair growth, whether it's energy, whether it's stress relief, whatever it is, find a product, stick with it, get your own results, and promote, y'all. Promote, do the work.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end that there because everything she said was perfect.